A couple more unique things that I sold on eBay this year. To be honest, I don't know if it's more for home automation or if it's for home security or both. But anyways, this brand is called X10. X10, yeah, home automation. So I guess it is for like controlling parts of your house, like lights and blinds, stuff like that. So anyways, it's older, definitely older. I would say, like early 2000s, maybe even 1990s. I'm not sure, but there's no date on it. But people will still have this stuff in their house, and if they want to repair it or they want to expand it, they'll need the original stuff. So they don't really make it anymore. There's the old VGA input cable. Anyways, yeah. So I got a whole bunch of this stuff at the auction that I went to this past summer, and I've listed it all. So I have 4 of these and 2 of these. So I sold 1 and 2. So here we go. Sold this guy here for $30 and 2 of these for $20 each. So grand total of $69 plus $20 for shipping. It's going to Ontario. So there you go. Pretty cool stuff. So just to keep in mind, if you ever come across older security stuff or home control automation stuff, keep that in mind, that people will still have this stuff in their homes and they want to upgrade it or repair it. One other thing here, this is just a part of a washing machine. You can see here it's pretty light plastic, pretty brittle looking thing. It has these little cams that come out. So it's a cam kit they're called, I have it marked down here, agitator cam kit with dogs. So whatever the dog part is, I don't know. I forget. It was a while ago. But as you can see, it's pretty brittle looking thing, so it will break quite easily. And then your washing machine is broken at that point. So this guy bought it for $23. Good on him. Going to repair it himself. Save some money. $23, $20 for shipping. Must be going pretty far. That's going to British Columbia. Cool. So 2 things there that I sold. Packaged them up. Not doing too much else today, guys. I just got to go work on the renovation again. And I'm trying to get that thing done. So stay tuned for more. Nice little sale happened last night. This little aluminum block. This is a part from my Dodge Ram truck that I parted out. And I parted that out, when did I do that, guys? That was a while ago, I guess. Must have been last spring or beginning of summertime. So it's almost a full year, but I finally sold it for $100. $100. Track pack. It's actually going to Hawaii. Beautiful Hawaii. At least never been to Hawaii, but I've heard it's beautiful there. So yeah, that's a brake component. So there's the brake lines go in there and in there, and there's a little sensor on top of it. And this is all aluminum, so if you're trying to put your line back in this hole, you can easily strip it, and then you run into some big problems. So yeah, he asked I send it out right away because he obviously needs his truck up and running. And yeah, so that's $100. And these cars, parting out some of these car parts have been really good for me lately. I've been selling them pretty well. This is a nice little small part, so it's easy to store, easy to ship, which is the best. There's some bigger parts that I have that are just taking up a lot of shelf space and are pretty cumbersome. I don't really like those as much, but it will all eventually sell. Just gotta find the right guy. So there we go, $100. That was a nice little sale that I made last night. Change subject here a little bit. Now these guys here, these are capacitors, and been doing a little bit of research on what's called PCBs. Now you may have heard of that. PCBs, I'm going to try and pronounce what that is. Hang on a second. Polychlorinated biphenyl. Anyways, PCB. Causes cancer, really bad for the environment, not good stuff. You don't want that in your system or leaking out into the environment, into the water. it's caused a lot of havoc in the past. And so prior to 1979, a lot of capacitors would have used PCBs inside of them. And in order to see if your capacitor doesn't have any PCBs, it will actually be stamped right on it. It'll say no PCBs. Okay, so here's one that I have listed. See right down there at the bottom, it'll say no PCBs right down there on the bottom. So anyways, that one's good. These ones, however, don't say it. Now I went through all my inventory and I just found these guys here that I took down listings for these, because basically what can happen is you can just land in a whole bunch of hot water with the authorities. Basically here in Canada, it would be Environment Canada, and they can come down on you, and I don't know if they'll fine you or whatever, but you're not allowed to sell anything with PCBs. So they can come down on you, and yeah, it's just a big headache that you don't want to have. And so I wasn't selling these for very much, like $20 or something. And so I said, forget it. So I just took them down. I want to throw that out to you guys. So make sure that you check this sort of stuff before you try and sell it. See, it doesn't say anything on there. Looks like it's pretty old. I don't know if it actually has PCBs in it, but for what I know, manufacturers have to have the stamp on it that says no PCBs. So, and also light fixtures, old light ballasts will have ballasts. The old ones will have PCBs, which makes sense because I know that scrapyards don't accept a lot of them just don't accept light ballasts, period, even though there's like copper content in the light ballasts. But a lot of the scrapyards just flat out refuse them. And it's because they probably land in hot water at some point with the Environment Canada. So they were told that, or got a fine that says you're not allowed to purchase items that contain PCBs. So a little bit of knowledge for you guys out there. So make sure you check your stuff. And now I have to find a way to dispose of these things. This is a high voltage capacitor. I bought, and it's funny, I actually bought these from the Government of Canada because it was an auction I went to for the Science and Tech Museum. I got a whole bunch of this stuff. A lot of great stuff. But yeah, anyways, maybe it was just a museum prop or something. It's a bit icy at the drop-off bin, but there's a fridge. Refrigerator. Anything else back here? There's a bag. It's just a pan. And a piece of aluminum, or looks like steel. Loaded up. Good thing I have the lift today, except I have 4 furnaces in the back here, a bunch of other scrap, so I'm gonna have to try and make some room. Just like that. Refrigerator's in there. You always want to make sure that the door is facing that way, not the other way around. Otherwise, it will fly open while you're driving, and all the stuff will fly out. I almost forgot about this stuff here. Anything else in there? It's like a hair curler. Oh, it's a cold one today. Can't wait for spring. Alright, that's good enough. Grab this. Burr. Just clean up the rest of it. A piece of plastic. Bottom of the fridge. Alright, time to go home.